I'm happy to chat with Chandlo. Let's meet by the campfire. What's going on, Chandlo? Well, I've done some research on my own, and near as I can tell, there's no such thing, at least not in the way you see in the movies. There's no shadowy cabal secretly in control of the world. Real conspiracies can happen. And heck, there was an old literary society called the Grumpinati, but aside from the name, it's not at all what Snorpy talks about. Kinda is the important word here, though. Look, there are points of data on that chart that are real, but it's all those strings between them that are made up. Oh, Chandlo, that's not, what I... Point is, Snorpy might be a talented engineer, but he's no historian, and he's certainly not immune to bias, you know? No problem! And if you ever want to know more about failed conspiracies throughout history, you know where to find me. Did you say Buffalocust? Oh, hold on now, Cromdo. I'd be happy to take it. What do you want for it? Never mind. See ya. I'm not letting a crook like you get a hold of that map. You'll just swipe the Bugsnax and sell 'em off. Oh, well, Floofty's fun to gab with, but their methods are pretty extreme, don't you think? I've seen something similar up on top of the canyon. Real curious. You know, the desert grumps, they had some odd rituals. They'd take their old and dying and seal 'em in secret caves. No, not as such. It's more the bodies would just disappear. The writing's kind of vague, sadly. All I know is they had a rash of vanishing corpses. Long as they were exposed, oh, heck, even if they buried them in the sand, the body wouldn't be there the next day. Though some of the time there'd be a little left. Just a few bones. No zombies. Listen, spooky as the disappearing stiffs may be, that's just a story I read on a wall. We got nothing to fear from the dead. She's not wrong about the bones. You know, the desert grumps had a history of matriarchal leadership. Real fascinating system they had. Every year, the ladies would go hunting, and the one to bring home the biggest bug snack was the new head honcho. But only if they could eat the whole snack in one sitting, don't you know? Oh, sure. Sounds like a real hoot. Oh, I go digging up bits of history and try to piece them back together. It's usually not so dramatic, just an old coin or a severed toe under a rock. But this island's chock full of finds. Oh, goodness, my name! I'm Triffany Lottablog. I heard about the trip to Snacktooth and thought, well, I could keep scraping at odds and ends till the day I die. Or I could really get out there. Try following in Grandma's footsteps. You might have heard of Veronica Lottablog. An adventuring type just like Lisbert. She filled up our old house with relics and sketches, taught me to love history. Bless her heart. Amazing, don't you think? We got paintings of Bugsnax from 1,000 years ago. Grumpus civilization rises, collapses, and turns to dust. But the Bugsnax, they always stay. They are walking records of history. It's less I left and more I stopped coming back. I wasn't even there when the fight broke out. Imagine me coming home to find Wambus all red in the face and at Gramble's throat. No, nothing so simple as that. I wanted him to come with me to the ruins, honest. But he wouldn't give up his farm, not even for me. Stubborn fool. Lovely gal, that Lisbert. Wasn't often we'd both be in town at the same time. And when we were, we'd usually be in the medical tent, getting treated by Agabel. We'd swap stories about what we found and show off our grisliest scars. Adventuring is a dangerous business. Archaeology less so, but the Lottablog method can be unconventional. Bugged the heck out of Agabel. She never liked to see anyone hurt. Least of all Liz. You know, out here, it's only a matter of time before you fall in a hole or get wedged in a crevice, especially with all these earthquakes shifting the geography around. Not to be morbid, but it could be 1,000 years before somebody finds where Lisbert wound up. Oh, you're too kind. I'm just happy to chip in and solve a mystery or two. Speaking of mysteries, you betcha! Lisbert stashed a journal in the ruins for safekeeping. I can't get it open without damaging whatever's inside. I'm thinking you might have better luck with it. Anywho, I've nearly talked your ear off. Better get back to work, eh? Oh, you better believe I do. Islands don't just pop into being every day, you know. I got no business left here, so I'll go on ahead and meet you on the beach. But, well, I'm a little hung up on this journal and all. Once I'm done searching Snacktooth, I'd be more than happy to check out the new island with ya. Alrighty, I'm here and ready to explore. Ooh, nice work on that raft there, Chandlo. I'm starting to think this might not have been the best idea. You know, 6 folks is a lot for one raft. Maybe one of us ought to stay back home? Far be it for me to give anyone life advice. But there's nothing wrong with a little time apart. It's healthy, even. Woohoo! This group is a little, volatile, but I'm sure we can put our differences aside for the sake of learning. Yeah? No, I think we're just out of range. Or there could be some interference going on. 2 steps onto this island and I'm already seeing evidence of ancient grumpus technology. Oh, this trip is definitely gonna be worth it. Well, would you look at that? Some kind of ancient maze carving with moving parts and everything. Now hold on there. Let's not go smashing the priceless antiques just yet. Looks like you could fit your buggy ball down there in the entrance. I bet if we solve this maze, something real interesting is gonna happen. Goodness, that mechanism still works after all this time? Not to mention the water damage. If that's just the door, who knows what historical goodies we'll find inside there? Gosh, this thing's been waterlogged for 1,000 years and somehow the parts are all still moving. Wish my husband was that reliable. So the osteoblast says, looks like the 2 of us are really boned. This party's a real hoot. Oh gosh, I don't know. I got 2 left feet. Wouldn't you rather hear about the captivating history of dance? Oh, I bet Floofty will want to learn all about the Desert Empire's dance of certain death. Phew, I'm all talked out. Makes me want to shake my tailbone. So you see, the desert dance mirrors the moves for hand-to-hand combat against Bugsnax. Thus, the youth were tricked into learning. Gosh, we might be witnessing a prehistoric species somehow preserved at the bottom of the ocean. The lost what now? A statue, eh? What did it look like? That sounds like it could be a shrine to Mother Nature. Okay, then. I guess Shelda's gonna go check out those shrines. Meanwhile, I gotta go take a look at all the ruins around here. There's so much ancient history to uncover. I'm giddy just thinking about it. Oh, hush. I'm sure it's worth a try. Well then, let's get to it. Yes? Oh, goodness. I didn't notice you there. Hi, how are ya? I'm Triffany Lottablog. You caught me doing some archaeology. Try not to step on the skulls, yeah? Ooh, 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 Oh, Do 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 do. Ooh. Do 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 do. Oh. Woohoo! 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 Oh, ow! Ouch! Oh. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Neat. Isn't that nifty? So cool. Well, there it is. Think you can do something about this debris? Ooh, we finally got a way in! Nice teamwork, everybody. Ooh, I could ask a million questions about how that works. But first things first, let's poke around in these ruins. Don't worry, everybody. I'm sure it'll turn up eventually. But then what happened? Oh, sorry, are you finished already? If not, I'm a little busy here. Don't talk to me till I've had my archaeology. I should put that on a mug. Scan around the temple. See if you can learn what this place was for. That's an understatement. I told you that the stone grumps did ritual sacrifice, yeah? Well, this was the place. They'd throw grumpuses down that pit, offering them up to whatever's down there. Is that why the Bugsnax here get so big? Because the soil's been uniquely fertilized? Oh, I think we're about to find out. Ooh, well, now that can't be a good sign. Phew. Good to see we're all in one piece. You know, judging by the temple roof, the collapses, the crater, I mean, it's just a thought, but I think ages ago something big came out of that pit. Yeah, I'm thinking much bigger and much nastier. Something we can hardly even imagine. Islands don't generally want things, Chandlo. You know, I think I've learned all I can for now. What say we call it quits today? For our own good. Okay, so, do you want to come back to the raft with us or keep exploring? Wonderful! And on the way, I'll regale you with stories about other temple collapses. Ooh, alrighty. Just be sure to meet us by the raft when you're ready. It seems like the more we learn about Snacktooth's history, the grimmer it gets. But that's the dark side of archaeology. Civilization never collapses in a nice way. On the bright side, we might have just discovered the historical basis for the myth of Grumplantis. Grandma Lottablog would have loved to see this. Let's all get on the raft and head back to Snacksburg. Oh gosh, that's a long story. I kind of want to get home to Wamby first, if you don't mind. But let's meet up in town and I'll tell you the details over some snack waters, yeah? Oh, that's nice. Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna go gather everybody up so we can share what we all learned. This might be a long meeting, so let me know if you've still got some business to do. Fantastic. All right, everybody. Team meeting. Thanks for meeting everybody. It seems like we've all had an interesting time so far, yeah? Oh, I better not go first. I'm sure I'll just ramble on all night. Say, Chandlo, did you ever find a way to get bigger? And Shilda, what did you find out about Mother Nature? That is so interesting. Oh, I swear, we've got to talk about history soon, Shilda. Oh, please let's not start. What's happening now? They have? Oh, well, I've certainly learned a lot, but there are still plenty of mysteries abound. And I think it's possible we'll find all the answers inside the temple. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a collapsed hallway there, and I've got no way to get through. Well, that all sounds good to me. Let's head to the temple. There's no need for all that. If what Gramble and Beffica are saying is true, there's gotta be some physical evidence left behind. Yeah? Might want to get out of town for a hot minute or two. Let things cool down. Judging by history, if this keeps up, we're due for a fist fight. Monster's a bit of a prejudicial term, don't you think? I'd call it more of a cryptid or undiscovered animal. Between this and the earthquakes, Snacksburg's becoming pretty unlivable. So, we're all staying in town then? Oh, okay. Oh, bad timing. S'pose we're gonna end up buried like all the others, eh? Eggabell? Sorry to say it, but is now really the best time? How about the more practical threats? You know, the earthquakes, the volcanoes, and what have ya. Looks like we're on the brink of being wiped out. Shame we only made it a year here. Hardly long enough to learn anything, don't you think? I'm thinking something big is coming, Wamby. The end, you know. Sometimes it's smart to run, but I won't unless you're right there running beside me, even if we're history. Oh, goodness. To think that this whole valley was underwater not that long ago. I can even see evidence of civilization from who knows when. Oh, check out that impressive-looking temple up there. Well, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we might want to set up a base camp. Oh, please don't start this again. Oh, dear. You better go follow and help him out. We'll stay up here and start setting up camp. Talk to you later. Have a good'n. Bye-bye now. Take care. Bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Fascinating stuff. Oh, hi there. Nice to see ya. Doing good? Oh, hey, hon. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? You doing all right? Should have brought some snacks to roast. I gotta admit, it's nice having Wamby around again. We'll just have to wait and see if he really learned his lesson. I gotta eat those ripple peas, you know. I try to be nice to everybody, but sometimes that cromdo just rattles my bones. I swear, he'd sell off his own grandma if that'd make him a few bucks. No bones about it. Oh, did you bring me something from the ruins? Ooh, take a look at that. You know, I've never seen any sort of cryptid mentioned in the ancient grumps' writing. Means we're dealing with something new. Isn't that kinda exciting? You know, we're the 5th major group to settle here. Looks like grumpuses have been rediscovering Bugsnax for millennia. You haven't run into Wambus, have you? I swear, that man has a head harder than granite. Gosh, from the moment they met, Floofty and Shelda sure have hated each other. As I recall, Shelda said, "Greetings, child." And Floofty said, "It is unlikely we are related by blood. Therefore, I am not your child." And things kind of escalated from there. It's a shame we may never know what used to be at the center of that big crater. I'd bet my left toe it was something incredible. But we can't go dwelling on what isn't. If so much as one tooth survives the ravages of time, that's quite a gift, plain and simple. Don't mind me. I'm just stewing on what might be inside that temple, and whether the others will actually help me get it open. You know, for all his faults, Filbo's always willing to throw himself in the crosshairs to stop a fight and get everybody back on track. Whew. That's something I wish I could do. The taste is a little off. I'm wondering how long those snacks were in there. Did you find anything else in the chamber? That's a little intense for an ancient storage shed. You know, that just might have been a burial chamber. But if that's where they put their dead, why are all these bones out in the open? Well, I gotta solve this mystery. Sorry, but I won't be going back to Snacksburg. If Wambus wants me back, well, he can come out here and tell me himself. Oh, I hate to leave poor Filbo hanging. Poor fella can't hardly take care of himself. But, Wambus is back in town. You might have heard things haven't been too good between us. I keep telling myself I'll get around to seeing him, but it's just easier to, stay out here with the bones. You got a point there. If I happen to see Wambus while I'm working, maybe we can catch up. I do, don't I? If only 'cause there's nowhere else to go. I just wish it were easier to talk to him. Oh, my sweet dear. I guess the big lug really misses me. Well, I miss him too, but I'm still mad. I thought maybe time would help, but time's just pushing me closer to the grave, and I'm not feeling any better. I suppose I could try being among the living for a while. You want me to come back to Snacksburg? Gosh, look around ya. There's a whole civilization buried here, and I barely dug one hole. Oh, thank goodness you're here. I'd say it's high time we get to exploring. But I could use a trip to the old research tent once I get a few samples. I see another maze blocking the way deeper into the jungle. I bet if we solve it, we'll find something real exciting. See these skeletons? Something's fossilized in their stomachs. Looks a bit like a local bug snack. I'll go ahead and make my way over to the maze. Meet me there when you're ready for some puzzling. I'll need some live ribblepedes. If you wouldn't mind, could you help me find some? They like to hide on the walls in these here ruins. Seems like this is as far as I can go. I wonder if there's a way to get rid of this wall. Whoa! That was a close call. I gotta be honest. In all my years of archaeology, that was my first run-in with a giant rolling ball. Phew! Kinda nice to be away from the others for a minute. The arguing can be, distracting, you know? Oh, well, I think Shelda's got a lot to teach us. It's just exhausting to get a real answer out of her. Then she can be, tad judgmental. Well, you know Floofty. They're smart as a whip and twice as painful. I feel like they expect more out of me than I can give, though. Oh, goodness, no. Chandler's a delight. Though he does insist on working out at 4 a.m. every morning, and he only has one volume. Gosh, I don't know. I feel like I ought to be taking more of a leadership role out here. But I do all my best work when I'm alone. But why talk about all that unpleasantness when we could be neck deep in some dusty corpses? The maze is right there. Anywho, no use dwelling on that. Looks like you went and solved that maze before I could even get here. I bet there's something real interesting behind this here maze door. Let's try and solve it. Ooh, we hit the archaeological jackpot. Ooh, let's go inside, scan around, and see just what kind of ruin this is. Oh, that's curious. Ribblepedes only look like they have bones. They're squishy all the way through. So what did these fellas eat then? There's plenty to investigate in this here ruin. Scan around and see what kind of clues you can find. Well, like Grandma always said, if you want answers, dig through their sock drawer. I want to get into that dwelling over there, but the door's blocked up. Judging by what we've seen, I'd say this was a communal living space. One of the few that wasn't utterly destroyed anyway. If you could do something to get that door open, that'd be real swell. And gosh, technology and culture are so much more advanced than what we've seen so far. This city must have been the center of Stone Grumpus society. And at the very center, the temple, possibly led by a priestess of Mother Nature. That's a great question. There's definitely easier ways to lock a door. But seeing as this was the height of their craftsmanship, it's possible they built those mazes just to show off. I don't know too much, but I'll say it's one of the world's oldest practicing religions. I'm sure Shelda could tell you more about it, but on that subject, it's odd I never saw hide nor hair of Mother Nature back on Snacktooth. It's possible she showed up relatively late in their culture, adding to the existing worship of Bugsnax. Oh, I thought you'd never ask. Never look a gift temple in the gateway, as Grandma used to say. I'll meet you by the entrance, yeah? Whoa, remind me to ask Snorpy for one of those grapplers. Oh, hey, you can see the camp from up here. At a nice, safe distance. Oh, you're too kind. Meet me inside. Anywho, there should be a mechanism here that'll get us through that door. Might be a bit of a jog, though. Check it out. These murals are still preserved. As far as I knew, we were the first grumps to settle this island. But here we got 1,000 years of history unaccounted for. Generations of grumpuses who hunted and ate Bugsnax. Just a cosmic reminder that nothing really lasts, eh? Seems like you can open the temple door with this here switch, but you might have to run for it before it closes. What's this? Looks like there's a hidden chamber somewhere in the canyon. Could that be where they stored Bugsnax? Way to go! That was some fancy footwork. Would you mind finding that chamber? And if there's Bugsnax there, please bring them to me. Oh, wow. Okay, this time the ancient architects were definitely showing off. But you know, this ludicrously complex maze tells me that whatever's in the temple beyond is just that important. So you know the drill. Let's get to solving. If we want to see what's in this temple, we gotta solve this ridiculously huge maze. Nice job! You know, it took all my willpower not to just jump in and do it myself. Anywho, the way is open, so let's get going. Well, that's a kick in the teeth. So much for seeing the temple. Judging by the bodies, this collapse must have happened when folks were still living here. Maybe the crater is connected somehow. Come to think of it, we didn't find a single corpse back in the commune. Where'd all those grumpuses get to? Well then, I'm not about to let this mystery go unsolved. I've just got to roll up my sleeves and clear this rubble myself. Oh, no, we don't need to trouble everybody with all this. I know my way around ruins. I'll be just fine on my own. You just leave this to me. Go on about your day, and I'll have it done in a jiff, okay? Oh, it's not going too good. I'm starting to worry I might never see the inside of this temple. Knowing them, they'd go and whip up some chemical that dissolves rocks and only takes 3/4 of their blood to make. It's safer for them if I don't ask. Could be, but I don't know that I need even more riddles to solve. Besides, I've heard the sounds her back makes. She could really use a lie down. I don't know, maybe he could. But if I put him in any danger, Snorpy's gonna hear about it. And then I'll hear about it every day for the rest of my life. Oh, I was afraid you'd say that. Sure, teamwork would really help out here. But those grumps can't go more than an hour without starting a big fight, and I just freeze up. You know, I'm an expert in my field and all, but I'm not a management type. It's better if I just concentrate on my work and let them cool off on their own. To be honest, no, I don't. These kind of spats, they just fester and grow, and before you know it, civilization collapses. Look, some folks just don't get along. Some mysteries just go unsolved. There's nothing I can really do about it, but at least we gave it a shot. I'll see you back at the camp. Oh, not too bad. Actually, would you mind helping me out here? I dug up this journal out in the canyon. It's, a record of historical landmarks and Bugsnax. I want to follow in the writer's footsteps. So, if it's not too much trouble, would you want to go exploring with me? Oh, you're too kind. The first place of note is in Flavor Falls. Meet me there whenever's good for you. Alrighty, what we're looking for is a big stone grumpus face and a bug snack called a pinkle. Let's look around. That there would be the work of the ancient stone grumps, a civilization from over 5,000 years ago. All that's left of them is statuary and some puzzling mechanisms. Unlike the desert grumps, these folks didn't preserve their dead. In fact, the writer thinks they would sacrifice him to the Bugsnax, like an offering to the gods and whatnot. This means Bugsnax may be a more lasting legacy than any of the stuff they built. Oh, wow, that's a good one. You might have noticed pinkle statues scattered around here. These must have been an important food source to the ancient grumps. Well, I was hoping to find a camp of some sort, maybe a corpse or two. But oh well. There's plenty more spots to check out. Let's head back to Snacksburg for now. Yep. According to the journal, this time we're heading for the Boiling Bay. Alrighty, see you there. Lovely place, isn't it? And check out that real interesting shipwreck. If you don't mind, keep your eyes peeled for a treasure chest and a freezing cold bully of a bug snack. That settles it. This ship belonged to Grumpbeard. He disappeared at sea 100 years ago. But I guess he wound up on Snacktooth Island. Hard to tell what happened to him after that. His bones could be just about anywhere. It really is the saddest thing, isn't it? When nobody knows how your story ends.
Delicious!
You know, Floofty's got a theory that the bigger a bug snack is, the older it must be. No telling yet how old, but imagine that snack was around in Grumpbeard's time. It could have even chased him off the beach. Fun to think about, eh? I can't find anything. She's not here either. I didn't mean to keep it from you, but that journal, it belonged to my... See, some years ago, my grandma, Veronica Lottablog, decided she was gonna explore Snacktooth Island and discover its history. But we never heard from her again. That's really why I'm out here, to find out what became of her. Anywho, that's all for now. Let's head back to town. I suppose so. There's only one more place mentioned in Grandma's journal. We've got to head for the Frosted Peak. We're almost there. Almost caught up to Grandma Lottablog. Grandma writes about the view from the top. Means we ought to start climbing, don't you think? This is it, all right. This camp had to be one of Grandma's. And I'm thinking that could be her right there. It'd be a fitting way to go, staring out over the land she loved exploring. And what's this snack? Maybe a last meal, or... Wait. Even when I was a kid, Grandma didn't have too many teeth. This can't be her, unless I'm remembering wrong. Or she got spares? It's been so long, I suppose I can't say. If I want to be dead sure, I need an expert. Oh, well, that's all right then. Thanks for the help.
May I keep it? I could use a few more skeletons in my closet.
Go ahead. It doesn't really matter now anyway. I'm not doing too good. I'll never know what happened to my grandma. The end of Veronica Lottablog is a big blank spot in history. There's nothing left of her here. Just like everybody else who came to this island. A place where you go to be forgotten. A place where I'll be forgotten. But, you know, maybe at least the Bugsnax will remember me. Wow, 5 hours go by pretty fast when we're working together, Wamby. And now that the avalanche is cleared away, we can go explore the top of the mountain. I'm just saying, maybe. Your whole premise is flawed from the get-go. If Bugsnax aren't like plants, then no amount of elbow grease is gonna make this work. Oh, I am. It's just, you keep trying this over and over, and one of these days you gotta pack it in. Well, if that's how you choose to look at it, it's no use, Wamby. They're avoiding the traps. Must have learned a few things since the Stone Age. There's hardly any garden left. Oh, good thinking. If we splatter that sauce around the traps, the snacks will dive right in. Oh, I didn't see you there. Would you mind helping out? Just a matter of life and death is all. Goodness. Oh, their history. You really taught 'em a lesson. Ha-ha! Keep an eye out. Another batch of snacks. It's not over yet. We're not running away just yet. No sense delaying the inevitable. This is the end. Yeah? I was gonna end up here one way or another. Not that it mattered anyhow. The only thing that matters out here is Bugsnax. Wambus! You big dumb fool! That's about as big a break as we're gonna get. Come on, Wamby. It's now or never. Oh, had to come by and pick up supplies. Is that a new garden you got there? Well, that depends. There any reason for me to stick around? Yep. Yeah, and you got a lot of growing to do. I wasn't gonna give up my dig site either. We may have different goals sometimes, and we may not be in the same place, but that doesn't mean we're not together. You better. Now give me a kiss, you hot dish. What's that now? Wamby, why did you stay? I was always ready for my end, but not yours. I know you just wanted a place to call your own. I'll grow a garden with all your favorite plants. I'll make sure it lasts. Longer than us, at least. I was so close to giving up back there. I get so caught up dwelling on the way lives end. But that's not the only thing that matters, yeah? Wambus and I, we're gonna start the rest of our lives today.